Happy Monday, January 30th, 2023. I'm in the DigiByte 2 today. A little colder out today, so there's better heat in it than the diesel. Diesel, I still got to tear apart the dash to fix the blend doors, to, factory mistakes that they make when they make the cars. So anyway, I fixed that and I'll get warmer. I've been saying that for a year and I just tolerate it, but I'm fine if it's just me in the car. But since I run my daughter to school, I figure I'll make it a little bit warmer since it got down to, I don't know, 0 overnight maybe. The wind chill this morning is -1 or 2. Not that cold really, but it warrants a little drive in DigiByte number 2, which is a gas DigiByte, not a diesel, so it starts a little better in this cold weather. I don't know what that sound was. It sounded like snow falling off. Hopefully that's what it was. You never know with these older cars. All right, enough rambling about the cars. There are things happening. I should start every video. There are things happening, and then make one of those crazy screenshots, all these people in the crypto market pumps, or things are happening. One of those faces. Ah. Snap that one and put it on. Have you seen what Bitcoin did? Is it the end for Bitcoin? No. No, it's not. I do see that our government wants to get more regulation for these cryptos. See, they've been saying this forever. Hey, we need more regulation. We need more control of the system. And ultimately, it'll probably come down to you've got commodity cryptos, just like gold and silver, Bitcoin, Litecoin, DigiByte, the proof of work coins. They'll say Ethereum is, even though it isn't, because it's been around for so long and they hate to mess with it. Because it's kind of part of the insider's game in a lot of ways, all the connections that it has. So they'll probably give that one a pass. Bitcoin Cash, big commodity, all those proof of work coins that take mining power to create that you can't replicate. So once it's made, it's made. You make a coin, you make a coin. But the other ones, they're looking at stable coins and all these other securities that they want to regulate. But they've taken so long to do it. At this point, it's they kind of missed the boat a little bit, because you think about Bitcoin, you've got over 19 million Bitcoin have been mined out, and there's only 21 million that could ever be mined. So it's like you're kind of late to the party. Same with Litecoin. There's 70 plus million. I think there might be 72 million that have been mined. There's only 84 million that can exist. So you've got roughly 12, 13 million left to go. And now they're going to regulate it. The thing is, they can't regulate it because it's just code that runs on computers. They can try to. I don't know how they do it, because these are decentralized computers running code. So anyway, that is what it is. Crypto market had a nice little pump over the weekend. I was talking about Litecoin and what a deal it was last week. I think it was Friday. So you can get one Litecoin for under 90 bucks. Well, not anymore. See, I've been saying this since June of last year. Hey, it might be a good time to pick up a Litecoin. You can get 2 Litecoin for 100 bucks. Under 100 bucks. Hey, it might be a good time to buy Litecoin. You can get 1 whole Litecoin for under 60 bucks. Hey, it might be a good time to buy Litecoin. You can get 1 whole Litecoin for under 70 bucks. And so on and so forth, ad nauseum. Now, you can get 1 Litecoin for under 95 bucks. Yesterday, it was barely under 100 bucks. So, you see what's happening? You see the pattern? I've said, going into the halving event, where the reward for each block of transactions that miners get paid for processing that block of transactions, or mining them, the reward's going down. It's going down for real. Right now it's 12.5 Litecoin per block of transactions every 2.5 minutes-ish. It's going to go down to 6.25. It's a big cut. That's where Bitcoin is at right now, I believe. And then by, when Bitcoin halves, I think at the end of 2024, somewhere around there, maybe 2025 early, Bitcoin's going to 6.25 to 3.125, if I did my math right, per block. I mean, so you see the diminishing supply, and the more difficult it gets to acquire these coins. If you don't have them now, it's going to get difficult. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, hey, we haven't seen the bottom of this cycle yet. You know, June was not the bottom when Litecoin hit like 43 bucks. I think it wicked down to 40. I could be wrong. Whatever. And Bitcoin went to 16,000-ish. Hey, that's not the bottom. We're going to $12,000, $11,000 Bitcoin. You got people out there saying that. Very possible. Do I think it's going to be very long? No. Just go look at what happened in 2020 in March. You may have an event like that, but I don't think it's going to happen until the end of this year, maybe into next year. So what you're going to see, I think, is a run-up, and Litecoin's going to lead the charge into the Litecoin halving, which occurs on roughly August 3rd this year. So between now and then, and usually Litecoin has a peak before the halving, it runs up and hits a peak and then drops down as you get toward the halving. So, you know, there's that anticipation of it, and so people front run it. So what happens is you've got Litecoin running up, and I put the date June 17th is when it's going to peak, but it'll be about 45 days before the actual halving. And that's what's happened historically. So you're going to see that run up. You're going to see it pull the rest of the market up. In a different vehicle here. I don't know where everything's at. You'll see the market run up. And you're seeing what's happening with Litecoin becoming kind of explosive. It will, when it really pops out, look out. But I'm being conservative again. I'm saying 240 bucks by June 17th. So if that's the case, you're looking at a pretty good run up between now and then, which I can definitely see. You kind of see the energy coming back into the market. Now, do I think we're headed in a full-blown bull run again? No, I don't. I don't feel that. I think it's too soon in the cycle. We haven't had enough pain, haven't had enough people. I think we're in the disbelief stage right now. If you look at that Wall Street cycles chart, what is it? Wall Street cheat sheet, I think you can look up, and it'll show all the different cycles, and it just shows the emotions attached in that cycle, in a market cycle, all the emotions you have to go through. I think we may be in the disbelief cycle right now. And then it's going to run up and everybody's going to be like, holy cow, but I think we'll have another correction. I mean, I think we'll probably, you know, have a big drop at some point, but it's a big drop from a much higher level. So it may not go down to the low that we've seen. I think we've seen the low. I don't think you're going to see under $40 Litecoin. I just don't. Bitcoin, could it go back and touch its 16,000? Yeah, it could. Could it go lower? Maybe. But I don't think you're going to see Litecoin go back to $40. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see how it can happen. Given it all, you know, unless everything blows up and the whole world goes to crap and, you know, nuclear missiles start getting lobbed, which is very possible. I mean, you push Russia hard enough, you know, they're not going to give up their country. And if they've got nukes, what do you think they're going to do? Lob a few at American cities and say, all right, we done? We done now? Very well could happen. I'm not trying to scaremonger or anything, but I mean, how long do you poke the bear before the bear attacks you and says, we're done here? You want to play this game? I'll play it for a little while, but if you keep sending stuff into Ukraine as a proxy to invade us or to defeat us, we're done. You know, they're not going to give up their country. They never have, unless they're, you know, deceived and have a fake revolution to overthrow the Tsar, funded by Western banks in 1917. I mean, you know, unless you have something like that. But as it stands right now, good luck invading them. Napoleon couldn't do it. Hitler couldn't do it. Good luck. Good luck. You're never going to take that whole country over. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. I mean, and they have nukes. At some point, you push someone far enough to where they think they're going to lose everything, they're going to lob a few nukes. Why wouldn't they? It's like, okay, boom, you're gone. That's what happens. So I think the powers that be, or I shouldn't say that, the powers that be, the criminals that be, that's what they want. They want one way or another, you know, a nuclear war, a protracted war, They need to exterminate more of us, but not too many of us, because they need us to work for them. But right now, they don't want it becoming unmanageable, and so they need to starve us down a little bit, make it more manageable. They need to break supply chains. They need to start wars. All the fun stuff they've done over the centuries, to continue that power struggle, or that power grasp paradigm, vampire casino. Let's just say that. That's what it is. And so they control the money. So, hey, we'll do whatever we want. I saw the Bank of Japan, Litecoin Lisa sent me this, and I haven't, gone and, looked into it and dug in deeper, but she sent me a tweet that came out yesterday that said the Bank of Japan's going to buy the, basically monetize the Japanese yen. Buy the debt, fund the debt. So that's highly inflationary. It was like 500 billion worth, something like that. I don't know. But that, it's all they're doing is their central bank, it's got a printing press, just says, okay, we'll buy your debt. So the government needs to raise money. So what do? They issue a bond. Say, hey, we'll put this bond on the market and pay X amount of interest based on, what the bid is. And, a lot of other countries and pension funds and certain things bid on that bond, and then they'll buy it, and then they get a certain return, guaranteed rate of interest on that bond over a fixed number of years. And then, so you pay for it with some Japanese yen, and then that gives the government more money. Well, when nobody comes to the table and says, we're going to buy this stuff, the bank comes in, the central bank comes in and says, oh, okay, we'll print up a bunch of yen and buy it. And so they're the buyer. Well, what that is, it's just like purely inflationary, because you're not taking money out of the economy, out of like a pension fund or out of a person's wallet that already exists to buy that bond up to fund the government. It's not just a transfer of money from, one side of the ledger to the other. No, you're actually creating more money out of nothing to buy it. Fed's been doing that forever. And see, the thing is, as long as central banks play the game, because what they'll do, central banks will buy each other's debt then. And so it's just a big Ponzi scheme. They just create it out of nothing. And the Federal Reserve has been, it's come out that they've had trillions of dollars that they put out there and essentially bought everybody's bonds, bought their assets for them just to fund the world. So the Federal Reserve is really the criminal in all this. They funded the whole world, the whole bubble, all of it, with unsound money created out of nothing. And you wonder why you have inflation. You wonder why things cost so much. Because when you just create money out of nothing and flood the world with it, boom, everything's got to go up. That money's going to go somewhere. And then if you break supply chains, let's see, egg factory burns down, chicken factory, 100,000 chickens burn up. Bird flu, we don't have enough eggs, we got to kill these chickens. You create all these blocks in the supply chain, then, you got $10 a dozen eggs, $15 a dozen eggs, $1 an egg, if you're lucky. Holy cow. You're in trouble. And that's kind of where we are. Printing money doesn't solve any problems. Oh, speaking of printing money, the SNAP program, what is it? Supplemental nutritional something program, food stamps, essentially. They send it right to your debit card right now. That is going to the COVID supplement that was added to it to get people through COVID and the hard times. That's expiring it's already expired for some, but February and March is all going to be gone. So anybody that was getting that subsidy, that extra money in their food stamps on their card is now going to lose it. And they were saying, Zero Hedge was saying something like $95 a month for most people. $95 a month less for groceries when the price of groceries is going up. That's going to put a pinch on people's lifestyle. That's going to hurt those people, no doubt about it. So be prepared for that. Do you think the economy is going to get any better? Then you've got credit card debt at all-time highs. People can't make car payments. The car payments are, the amount leveraged on that and people missing payments is, skyrocketing. People are hurting. More people are going into debt. More people are running up credit cards just to survive and get through with the idea that, hey, it's going to get better. You know, it'll get better. Well, it doesn't get better until they inflict maximum pain on you. It'll raise rates again, so the credit card, you know, monthly bill goes up some more. It's an eyelash in my eye or something here. Sorry. Bothering me. But that's what they do. They want to put a pinch on you. And what do they do in the process? Well, I need to sell some assets. I need to dump some crypto. I need to dump some silver to pay my bills. Thank you. And so they take possession of real assets. If you can survive this period, you're going to do well. If you can survive this period with sound assets in your possession, you're going to do well. It's just getting through it. And it's not looking at the dollar price anymore because it really doesn't matter. They're going to manipulate everything that they possibly can. The key right now is to get a piece of the pie. In the case of Litecoin, let's take that for example. With there's 84 million, again, I've harped on this. That means if you distribute that equally across everybody in the world, it's 1/100th of a Litecoin. You can buy one Litecoin, a whole Litecoin, 100 little pieces of it, like for what 100 people would get. You can accumulate one whole pie, piece of that pie, whole pie, basically a whole pie with 100 slices. You just bought all 100 slices for under $100 for a $100 bill that really doesn't have a lot of value. Think about it. If you're buying eggs, how far does that go? Maybe at best you're going to get 120 eggs. Is that right? $10 a dozen? No, you get 10 dozen. Yeah, 120 eggs. $10 a dozen. You get 10 dozen. There's 12 in a dozen, right? 120 for a $100 bill. Or you can get one Litecoin and have something when this whole thing falls apart, because they are going to roll out the CBDCs. Think about it. Hey, we got to cut your SNAP benefits, your food stamps. Oh, that went away. But we got this new plan. You're getting it on your debit card. But if you download this app, this FedNow app, and we'll just pay you in this new thing. And you can spend that anywhere. CBDCs. And we can link it to a debit card so you can go spend those. But we'll put the CBDCs in your account, central bank digital currencies. This is new thing. It's like crypto. You know, it's just digital. It's already digital, you know, just calling it by a different name. You still have your card. You can use it. It's just tied to this thing. You'll get CBDCs, and we'll give you back that $95 a month if you go into this program, opt into this one. Well, shoot, that's $95 a month. That's like 10 dozen eggs. I guess I'll do that. So they'll usher you right into that. They'll convince you that it's great, it's efficient, it's regulated, so you can't get scammed, because crypto really is a scam. You know, a lot of these cryptos are scams, but ours isn't, because, you know, the federal government's taking care of it. It's just like FDIC insurance. It's okay. We got your back, bro. We got you. With both hands on the back of your shoulders, they got you all right. But that's what's going to happen. See, they're not going to just force it. They're going to try and just implement it. Realize how many people right now are getting benefits from the government. Your Social Security people, your people on food stamps, your federal workers, pensions. I mean, all this stuff, retirements. Hey, you know, in order to continue at the same level, and maybe we'll give you a 10% bonus. But, you know, in order to continue at the same level and continue to get the current benefits that you have, you need to sign up for this new app. Because after that, you know, administrative fees, and it's going to cost you 20%. We're going to take 20% haircut on everything we're sending. It's just, you know, it's not as safe and secure to continue to send it the way we are, because you remember that Russian hack thing, you know, that took down some banks. Yeah, we're trying to get away from that. We're trying to go secure. We're trying to use crypto, you know, the secure crypto, because, you know, it's encrypted and, you know, it's much safer. So we're going to issue these CBDCs, and you can continue to get your benefits, all 50+% of you Americans who are living off the till. And they put you in that position, so it's really not your fault in a lot of ways. They lied. That's what they do. And so now, yeah, if you want that Social Security, you want your full $1,000 a month, yeah, sign up for this FedNow thing. It's easy. Just it's an app on your phone. No problem. Oh, don't have a phone? We got these Bush Obama phones that we can send you. Free phones. We'll do that. Preloaded. some rumbling above. Airplane, I guess. The voice of Thor. The hammer of Thor. So you've got, we'll just roll you right into that system. And, you know, you'll continue to get what you've always gotten. It won't be anything different, really. Just sign up for this and done. If you don't, well, by the, 6 months from now, it's going to be a 10% decrease because of administrative fees. Oh, then it'll be 20%. Then, you won't be able to buy certain things. Only CBDs it's accepted here for this, can't use it. So, yeah, they'll roll you into it if they can. That's why it's key to try to be independent from that system as much as you can. And I know it's difficult. I mean, it's almost impossible to do that. However, there's an opportunity here, I think, with sound cryptocurrencies that are basically commodities, sound cryptocurrency that function as money, like Litecoin, like Bitcoin. And I think DigiByte, give it a few years. But that, I mean, for a penny, come on. I know there's 21 billion, but for a penny, just pick up 1,000. Pick up 10,000. If you can't afford it, pick up 100,000 and just lock it away. Just forget about it. Write down your private phrase, your seed phrase, and throw the coins in there, and you can delete the app. Just keep your private phrase, your key, and lock it away somewhere safe. And, when it comes time, you can restore that on an app or a wallet, and then you can use it. But it's a good retirement plan. Much better than what the government's going to offer you. So, we can take steps right now very affordably, cost effectively. As I said, Litecoin, you will be 100 times ahead of the game if you buy one Litecoin for under $100. 1/100th of a Litecoin per person in this world. And I guarantee a lot of the Litecoin has been lost and will never be accounted for because people lost their private keys. So there's really less than that. But if you can get one Litecoin for under $100 and just lock it up and forget about it, buy one for each member of your family and just forget about it. Forget about it. And if you're not into it and you don't want to stack more of it, you treat it as an insurance policy, or if you like to gamble, just buy one for each member of your family and forget about it. Lock it up. If you'd done this, if somebody told you to do this and told you about Bitcoin, 10 years ago to do that, and you did it, where would you be now? In pretty good shape. Pretty good shape. Because for a long time, even as Bitcoin became popular, you could get it. It was starting to get popular and people knew about it. You could get it for under $1,000 each for a long time. Imagine if you'd done that. Now it's worth $23,500. I'm telling you about Litecoin. Okay? I'm telling you now. It's been running for over 11 years. It's not a coin that's just going to go away. It's not some fly-by-night. It's not something that got created out of nothing. No, it's been running. Been working, never been interrupted, never failed for over 11 years. And it's got a finite supply, only 4 times as many as Bitcoin. It's based right on the Bitcoin code. It's just with improvements. 4 times as many. So Bitcoin's 23,000, let's just say 24,000. Let's say 20,000. Bitcoin's $20,000. Well, there's 4 times as many Litecoin. Shouldn't it be a fourth of the price of Bitcoin? Shouldn't it be $5,000 each? You can make that argument. It will be at some point. How long is it going to take? That's all it comes down to. What's your time frame? I'm saying this year, by June 17th, before the Litecoin halving, roughly 45 days behind it, because I've looked at the last 2 halving cycles, and this is what's happened. I'm just going by that. It's just that simple. You can all do the research on it. By June 17th of this year, it'll be $240 for one Litecoin. Right now, it's over $90. When it was $40, $50, it looked like, I don't know, man, $240. Well, now that it's 90, it's like, well, it's not that far off. It doubles and then goes up another 50%. Not even that. That's right there. Very easy to do in crypto. Because it's a finite supply, and as money comes into it, the price goes up. It's like a sponge. Sponges in all these dollars, these Federal Reserve notes. Because you can create as many of those as you want. But you can't create as many of the cryptos as you want. Bitcoin, Litecoin, DigiByte. No, it's fixed supply. All right. Rambled about all this stuff. That's all I do is ramble. That's my rant for today. Westwood's Monday rant. Just some things to think about. Again, you got to trust yourself. In all this, you really do. A lot of lies going on out there. A lot of things bad going out there. And Cliff High is on a roll on Twitter. He's back on Twitter. So go follow him. Cliff_High. And he's putting out all kinds of stuff. He's rapid fire on Twitter right now. He's trying to break it, I think. Go check that stuff out. We are in for an interesting ride. We definitely are. So buckle up. Trust yourselves. Don't be listening to these other people that have lied to us about our history, lied to us about the, what's safe and effective for your body, because it isn't. And do your own research, but trust yourself. If you feel like it's wrong, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't sit well in the gut, probably isn't the best thing to do. Probably isn't for you then. And just don't feel like it's high school and you're being shamed, and because you're doing something that everybody else isn't doing. If you're doing something, if everybody else is doing something and you aren't doing it, you're probably right, because the herd is usually wrong. That's just what it comes down to. That's why if you trust yourself, you'll be good. All right. Love y'all. Hope you have a wonderful Monday.